Welcome back to the WICR Morning Show. I'm your host, Pete Contadori, with producer Jersey Joe Archino. One of the legends here in the mass comm business.
I like the legend word.
One of the legends, the man, the myth, the legend. So we're going to get to sports, but right before sports, we're just going to do a quick weather update. Today, cloudy with a high 38. It's getting up there today. It's actually going to be pretty nice. Tonight, low of 25 with clouds breaking, and tomorrow, some sun, then clouds, a little milder, high of 47.
Ooh.
This weather report's brought to you by Iona College. Move the world. Now it's over to Jersey Joe with our sports update.
I'm Jersey Joe, and here's your Iona College sports update. In last night's Thursday night NBA action, the San Antonio Spurs beat the Miami Heat 111-87. Tim Duncan had 23 points and 11 rebounds. The Phoenix Suns defeated the Oklahoma City Thunder 128-122. Gerald Green had 41 points and 5 rebounds in the winning effort. And last night, the Los Angeles Clippers defeated the LA Lakers 142-94. The Lakers, this is their worst loss in team history. They lost by 48 points. And in the MAC tournament, it has been set up. Number 1 Iona will play number 8 Rider on Saturday at 12 o'clock. I'm Jersey Joe, and that's been your Iona College sports update.
A lot of great stuff in sports here. Thank you, Jersey Joe, for that amazing sports update.
You got it.
You got it. So, yeah, the Clippers and the Lakers, what was up with that?
Oh, my God.
48 points?
48 points, the worst loss in team history. It would have been a 50-point loss if Kendall Marshall on the Lakers didn't hit a shot at the end, which was meaningless. But still, I mean, it should have been a 50-point loss. Unbelievable.
That's ridiculous. Now we have some rumors, trading going on all over the place. I mean, if you're a fan of the NHL, everyone knows who listens to the show.
Yeah.
I am. There's a lot of NHL trades in the past.
A lot.
Not yesterday, but the day before, because it was the trade deadline.
Poor Islanders. Too bad Dr. K's not here to air his grievances.
Dr. K would probably be mad. But there are reports and rumors that Carmelo Anthony might go to the Bulls.
Well, yeah, after this season,
After the season, obviously.
After the season, but I mean, there were reports that Joakim Noah, one of the stars on the Bulls, approached him during the All-Star weekend and was trying to recruit him to the Bulls. And I mean, the way things have gone for the Knicks, I think it seems more and more likely that he's going to go somewhere else. But a lot of people are speculating that he may go to Chicago, but I just don't know if I see it, because Chicago, their head coach Tom Thibodeau, one thing he stresses is fundamentals with his players. His guys are all defensively minded, fundamentally sound basketball players, and that's one thing Carmelo Anthony just isn't. I just don't see him fitting into Thibodeau's system.
What team do you think he would fit into?
Here's the thing. I mean, I'm not a Carmelo Anthony guy. I think he's a good scorer, but he's not a good defensive player. I think he's a nice player, but he's just not the franchise-changing player a lot of people consider him to be. So I think the Lakers are going to do a lot. I mean, as you saw last night, you can't get much worse than losing by 48 points. So I think the Lakers are going to go out and try to get him. But the Knicks, I mean, they're going to be up there. It's either going to be the Knicks, the Lakers, or the Bulls. It's hard to assess where he's going to go. It really is.
Yeah. Well, the max set, Rider beating Mammoth 71-50. Niagara beating Marist 78-76. And St. Peter's beating Fairfield 65 to, what is that, 62. Well, that should be a good matchup, Iona versus Rider.
Iona versus Rider.
1 versus 8. That should be nice to see.
It is. I mean, Iona's got a good chance here. They won it last year, and they've had a very, very good season. I mean, they've played very well against the MAC teams, but I'm pulling for them. It should be a good game tomorrow.
Yes, and John Stanko, our Wednesday producer and sports aficionado, if you will. He's actually up there in Massachusetts. He's doing some stuff. He might be doing a play-by-play.
Nice.
He might be calling one game. He doesn't know yet. He has to see who is doing it. So we wish him the best of luck, and hopefully he gets to call a game in the MAC tournament. That would be pretty cool.
That would be very cool.
So let's move on to entertainment real quick. I want to get to the NHL a little bit with you, but I don't want to go on a rant too
Yeah,
quickly
we'll save
here.
that. We'll save that.
We'll break it up. Some movies out this weekend. 300 Rise of an Empire. The Greek general, not even trying, leads to charge against evading Persian forces led by mortal-turned-god
Xerxes
and Artemisia, I tried. Vengeful commander of the Persian Navy. This is starring Sullivan Stapleton from Gangster Squad, Eva Green from Casino Royale, and Lena Headey from the 300 movie.
Yeah.
Also, the Mr. Peabody and Sherman, the time-traveling adventures of an advanced canine and his adopted son as they endeavor to fix a time rift they created. Now, this is animated.
Animated.
Yes, animated. This is starring Ty Burrell from Modern Family, Max Charles from The Amazing Spider-Man. So, that's interesting. You know, I've been wanting to see the Lego movie.
I really still want to see the Lego movie.
You know, I don't know when I'll get the chance to, but it just looks funny.
It does. It looks really good. Legos, I mean, the humor with the Batman and stuff like that, I love it.
That one trailer, if no one's seen the trailer is
hilarious.
Batman sitting in like a booth with a guy, and he's like, I'll hit the button. He starts throwing these Lego batarangs, and he just keeps throwing them, and he keeps missing them, and he finally hits it, and he goes, I got it on the first try. And I was like, that's great.
I cracked up, yeah.
That's fantastic. And the funny parts about these kiddie movies is they put a lot of adult humor in them.
Yeah.
And by what the trailer shows, I feel like there's a lot.
Definitely.
And I really want to see what they've done with that.
My brother saw it. He said it was really good.
You know,
I really enjoyed it.
I know you did too. We grew up with Legos. That was the thing when we grew up. Legos. You know, then they all started. You know, they branched off into different things. Mega Blocks was like the knockoff Lego.
Bootleg Legos.
Yeah, bootleg Legos. You couldn't snap them together and they never fit right. You know,
terrible.
You ever use them? They never fit exactly right. But yeah, that Lego movie. You gotta love the Lego franchise.
Absolutely.
On to.
Hold on, before we go on though, I have to. Did you see the original 300?
I did not see the original 300.
Okay. Well, I mean, we all agree. I mean, it's kind of it's a cult classic, one of those kinds of movies. And the thing I'm wondering is this one? I think it just got made because the first one was so popular. I don't think it's going to be as good as the first one. I can't see it being so. I don't know if this one is just going to be a big disappointment or so.
You know, sequels have a hard time in general.
They do.
In the box office and in making. Because if the first one is an amazing movie, you have high standards to live up to. Now, if you don't have, like, say, let's take the Harry Potter series, for example. If you don't have a good book series to base it off of, it's very difficult to write a sequel story and shoot it to make it as good as the previous one. Now, J.K. Rowling is a great writer. When she did the Harry Potter series, she made a great story through and through. Yes, there were some Harry Potter movies, I'm not going to lie, that were lacking a little bit, but they were still all pretty good movies. They never took a hit at the box office. But sequels usually do worse than the original. Only because you have these expectations going in. People say, that wasn't good as the first one, you know, blah, blah. And then the third one comes out, and that one does better than the sequel. And everyone's like, oh, okay, at least they made a good third one. It's just, that's the way it always happens.
Spot on analysis.
Yeah,
spot on.
Thank you. Thank you very much. That usually doesn't happen with acting, though. I know in the Star Wars trilogy, not the original Star Wars trilogy, the original episodes 1, 2, 3. I'm talking about the new episodes 1, 2, and 3.
Okay. Attack of the Clones, Revenge of the Sith.
Right, exactly. I don't know. The third movie, the acting was just terrible.
Oh, Revenge of the Sith?
Yeah.
That's my favorite one.
It's my favorite movie, but I didn't like the acting at all. Anakin, I'll obey you, master. Like, come on.
Okay, I'll give you. And there's some moments. That
Obi-Wan was amazing.
He was very good in that movie.
I think they should also bring back Liam Neeson.
Oh, and
get Qui-Gon Jinn like Ghost or something.
He was awesome.
Just get him back.
See, Phantom Menace probably the worst movie out of the trilogy.
Yeah, I agree.
But Qui-Gon Jinn, Liam Neeson did a fantastic job.
They need to do a Star Wars Taken spoof with Liam Neeson.
Yeah.
I think that would be great.
I'm just a big Liam Neeson guy. You put him in anything, and
I want to see that nonstop movie.
Nonstop. Me too. We taled about that on the show last week.
It came out last week.
It got good reviews.
Yeah. Let's go on to entertainment in the video game world. PlayStation US boss Jack Tretton is stepping down.
I was shocked when I saw this story.
Yeah, he was part of the executive team that first put together Sony's American gaming division in 1995, and he helped guide the PlayStation brand from an upstart to overthrowing Nintendo and selling more than 340 million consoles to date.
Unbelievable.
He says, I leave PlayStation in a position of considerable strength, and the future will only get brighter for PlayStation Nation. That's his quote.
Good quote.
It's a great quote. It's inspiring. But let's talk about consoles.
Okay.
We spoke about this before, but I forgot. Are you an Xbox or a PlayStation guy?
I'm a big PlayStation guy.
Really?
I always have been, yes.
How'd you feel when the PlayStation 3 came out? That was like $800.
Well, here's the thing. I've always had all three. Like, I've had the Nintendo one, the Microsoft one, and the Sony one. So I jumped onto it, and I got the Xbox, and of course, like everybody's, it red ringed. And then I transitioned
Yeah, I got red ring too.
to the PS3, and then I became a Sony guy for life.
Now, do you have any? This is a question I ask all Sony people. Do you have any doubts or any concerns about the PlayStation Network? Because it got hacked that one time for like 3 weeks.
Yeah, that was very concerning.
That was bad. That wasn't like, oh, people are like putting pictures on your thing. No, like it was bad. Like
people
people's
stealing
accounts,
credit card information.
Yeah,
and
accounts
stuff,
were getting hacked. So that they really had a breach of security that they really need to step up their game. How do you feel about that? Do you think it'll happen again in the future because it happened so bad this time, or do you think that PlayStation has said, okay, it happened, we don't like this, we're gonna make sure it doesn't happen again?
See, that's the thing. I think it was so damaging to the reputation and things like that. I think that I would be shocked if, I mean, I'm sure they had to revamp their whole security network and stuff, and I would be shocked.
They had
if
to close
like
down. They had to close down the whole PlayStation network.
It was down for months.
Yeah.
It was bad, but they gave a couple games as a sorry. So, well, me and Sony were okay. They made up.
Well, I actually am aspiring to get an Xbox One.
Ooh. Okay.
Graphics on that, just like the PS4, are really good.
Yeah.
The only thing I don't like about the Xbox One is that it has a solid state hard drive. Actually, two things. It has a solid state hard drive, and three things. I just thought of a third one. Solid state hard drive. So that means that you cannot go into the Xbox and open it up and put a new hard drive in it without wrecking the warranty.
Okay.
It will. You don't have like the Xbox Slim where you could pop it out, or like the Xbox 360s where you could pop it out of the side. You can't do that. So it's 500 gigabyte solid state drive. Now the problem with the 500 gigabyte solid state drive is that the games that you have to install, and this is the second one.
Oh, they're huge.
You have to install the game to play it, and I understand that. However, the games itself can go from 10 gigs to install, which is not bad, to 60 gigs.
60 gigs, yeah.
Which is 2K14 status to install.
Let me give you an example. The PS4 day one, the first game I popped in was Killzone Shadowfall and NBA. Killzone Shadowfall was 50 gigabytes.
50 gigs.
And NBA was 49 gigabytes.
Is it 500 gigs, the PS4?
The thing about the PS4 and the Xbox is the Xbox comes with less space on it because of the built-in things than the
that's
PS4
the other thing, too.
does.
You open up the Xbox, when you get the 500 gigs, when you open up on the dashboard, you have like 300 gigs left.
I think it's 392.
And I'm like, where did 100 gigs go?
Yeah. Same thing with the PS. I mean, PS4 has a little bit more space, but still, I mean, you don't have a lot of room to work with.
But here's the third thing, and then I'll get to a trick to not worry about hard drive space, actually, in a minute.
Nice tip.
The third thing is I do not like how the PS4 incorporated their power brick inside the console, yet Xbox One couldn't.
Oh, the power brick is so annoying.
It's annoying.
Yeah, it's so annoying.
I have my Xbox. Thank God I have a lot of room in it where I keep my Xbox to put the power brick next to it. But if you have a tight space, you got to worry about a power brick now.
Yeah.
It's very annoying. But here's my tip. Here's Pistol Pete's tips.
Pistol Pete's tips.
Here we go. You're playing a game. Let's say you get Titanfall, which comes out on the 11th, which I'm very excited for.
That game does look cool.
It looks amazing. It looks like Pacific Rim and Gears of War and Battlefield all put together. But anyway, say you're playing Titanfall for a month. New game comes out. You get Battlefield. This is totally inaccurate. Battlefield's been out, but I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Battlefield's out. Titanfall comes out. So you have 2 games installed on the hard drive. You get to about 5 games installed on the hard drive. Okay, now you're pushing 200, 300 gigs saved game. You get another game. Well, I don't have enough room. Just delete the installed file.
That's all you got to do.
You don't lose your saved game.
No.
Installing the install data and the save game data are totally different entities. They're I don't know if there's a partition in the hard drive or it's just a separate file it's saved under.
I think it's a separate file.
Separate file? Okay. So all you got to do is uninstall the save game data because let's be honest, you're going to play a game 5 games ago? You're not.
You don't need the game data for 10 games on the system.
Yeah, once you play it and a new game comes out, you're going to be playing that new game. If you want to go back to Titanfall, reinstall it.
Reinstall it. That's all you got to do.
That's all you got to do. And that's how you don't have to upgrade the hard drive in 4 seconds. Now, would I like to see a terabyte version of the Xbox One? Yes, I would love to see a terabyte version because I believe for these types of games and the amount of capacity and the output it has, I think you need a bigger hard drive than 500 gigs.
No question.
But I think the PS4 and the Xbox One were smart. They get the people to buy the Xbox One now at 500 gigs. They release the terabyte. When the people run out of room and they don't know what to do, they're going to go out and buy the terabyte one.
Yeah. See, that's the good thing about the PS4, though, is you can swap hard drives in.
Right.
So day one, I mean, I didn't do it yet, but you could put a terabyte hard drive in there, do whatever you want. I'm trying to recruit you over to the PlayStation.
You ain't going to do it.
Yeah, it's going to be tough, but that's going to be my mission.
I'm going to be honest with you. I do not like... The only game I might want to play off of PlayStation is Killzone.
No The Last of Us, no Uncharted?
No. That's the only game. Everything else, every other franchise that's on Xbox 360, I want.
No The Last of Us. Have you seen The Last of Us?
I've seen it. It looks like a good game. Do I have an interest in playing it? No.
Wow, Pistol Pete. We might come to blows in this studio.
No, we won't.
No, I'm just kidding.
Come on. Come on, Philly. George, he was actually going to Philly today.
Yes.
Going to
Mitchell and Ness.
Yes, Mitchell and Ness.
Little business trip.
Maybe he'll get a hat.
Oh, I'm gonna get a lot of hats.
He's gonna get a hat, jersey.
Oh, of course.
Full-on suit.
Full-on suit.
He's gonna be drafted by the Phillies.
Maybe. They got a nice ballpark.
They got a nice ballpark. He doesn't care about playing baseball for a Major League team. He just cares about the ballpark.
Oh yeah.
So, since we're back on sports, that was a good rant about the Xbox
nice.
One and everything.
We gotta include the gaming stuff in.
Yeah, we do. We'll get Kenny on it, and he'll be like,
okay.
he'll go, it's fun, like he always does. Let's talk about the NHL for just a bit. Now, I'm tired of talking about the Callahan-St. Louis trade. I'm tired of talking about all the goalies that have been traded in the past, week.
Yeah.
Okay? I don't think Buffalo has an original goalie. I think they trade away, everyone. Luongo going to the Panthers. Never saw that coming.
That was weird.
That was just weird. The Rangers picking up Diaz. Why do we need a seventh defenseman? Where do we, or not even seventh, a 10th defenseman? Why do we need this extra D-man? Where is he going? Maybe he'll be brought down to the Wolfpack and say, we'll keep you we need you as a backup, which is kind of an insult to the guy because he's been playing in the NHL. He's been traded around a couple of times too. This is probably the third team he was on this year. So, hopefully they don't just put him on the Wolfpack or something and just, But here's my question to you as a fan of sports. Who do you think is going to be promoted to captain? Because when they played their first game with St. Louis, no one was captain. It was just alternate captains. They're not just going to promote one that day. They have some sort of trial period. Who do you think? Do you know the Rangers enough to...
Probably not as well as you. I mean, me for hockey is I got to do it in terms of ratings, ratings that move the meter. It's football, basketball, baseball. Hockey, I love it when it comes to playoff time, but I just don't have enough time to devote to watching the regular season. So,
right.
But I follow it here and there.
Okay, well... do you know Mark Stahl?
Yeah.
Dan Girardi?
Yeah, I know the team.
Okay. Out of those alternate captains, who do you think has the best chance and will be the best at being captain of the Rangers now that Callahan's gone?
I mean, it's
now,
such
here's
a
another
tough
thing,
transition.
too. Do you think St. Louis is a contender?
I
though
would.
he just came onto the team, and I think that would be an insult to the rest of the team if they gave him captain. He might be a great player, but you don't give a guy who's captain of a different team captain. That doesn't work.
You got to do it by seniority, yeah.
You got to do it by seniority. You got to do it out of respect. I mean, I'm sure St. Louis is not looking to be captain. He knows that, okay, I was captain, now I'm on a different team. Someone else deserves it. I'm going to a different team to play for that captain.
He's a vet, so he definitely gets it.
He definitely gets it. He's definitely respectful, and he loves New York. He came here because he has a home close. He only wanted to come here, so his heart is here. But do you have any idea about who's might be captain?
I mean, here's the thing. I want it to be it's right in your face. It's so obvious that there's no question who it should be. When you're dealing with something like a captain, it's you could go either way. I just don't like that feeling. I
definitely think once there's a captain named, I think Nash is going to be an alternate. Okay. Because Nash was an alternate when Stahl was out with his head injury. They made him an alternate captain. So I think Nash has a pretty good chance of being an alternate captain, putting that A on the shirt.
I could live with that.
I can too. I believe that, he's one player. The team is what does the action. It's a team effort, but I feel like he does stand out. And when someone's promoted to captain, I think he definitely deserves the alternate captain position. Stahl, I feel like Mark Stahl, Dan Girardi, Brad Richards, I can't pick.
Yeah.
I want to say Stahl, only because I feel like he'd be a great leader, but also will Girardi and Brad Richards. I mean, they all do great.
I agree. I mean, I was going to say leaning towards Stahl, but
I was exactly.
I want to be 100% sure. It comes.
Oh, it's Stahl.
No,
it's
not without
Girardi.
thinking exactly. Yeah. But I can't say that.
Well, we wish the best of luck to the Rangers
Yeah.
and their endeavors in figuring out what they want to do with their captain. It's very difficult to lose a captain mid-season. You know, Cali walked for a difference of $500,000,
Yeah.
which is kind of upsetting to the Ranger community. But he did what he had to, and we respect him. We wish him the best of luck in Tampa Bay. He's a Lightning now. He made his premiere,
Lightning?
I think, last night. I don't know how he did. I really
haven't
didn't follow
seen,
it.
yeah.
I haven't gotten any updates. You would think that the Rangers or Score Center would send an update saying, "Oh, Cali did this," but it is what it is, and we'll just have to see.
We'll see.
I don't know. I mean, the whole league. They had trades going out of nowhere. Oh, we give you a second-round draft pick in 2015. What about 2014? What happened to that? You're going to give trades from 20 years from now? How do you do that? And the best was someone got, I think the Nashville Predators it was. They gave a guy and they got future considerations.
Oh, yeah, those are always nice to see, future considerations, yeah. Those always work out well.
Yeah, they always do. Them and prospects.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's here for the morning show for us. On behalf of George, thank you very much, by the way.
You got it.
On behalf of the producer, Joe, and I, have a safe day, have a great weekend, and we'll see you Monday morning at 9.
WICR.